Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm going to show you all about Roblox Studio. So the basic stuff about Roblox Studio. So let me show you how to get onto Roblox Studio first, how to download it, how to install it, and everything like that. So I'm going to put timestamps in the video to the part that you would like to go onto, in order, because it's going to be quite a long video, probably 40-50 minutes even. Yeah, so you have Google, right? And you're thinking of making a game, and I feel like this is the most simplest way of making a popular game, is by making a Roblox game. So what you're going to want to do first is go on to roblox.com. So I'm not going on to, this is if you've already got an account. You can go on to roblox.com/home. These are for people that haven't got a Roblox account yet, and they need help in order to install it immediately. So this is the page you're going to get on, without all this random stuff, without my username, without any of that. Yeah, this is going to be the account set up. So this is where you're going to put your birthday, your username, your password, and your gender, and you're going to click on sign up. Once you sign up, you log in, and this is going to show up your username, all your friends. You're probably not going to have any friends once you start off, but I already do, because I've had this account for quite a while now. So once you're on this, you're going to want to click on create, and what's going to send you to is roblox.com/create. What you're going to want to do is just simply click on start creating, but actually I'd recommend you click on manage your games. Click on manage your games, and then you're going to click on create new game, and you're going to choose between base plate, flat terrain, village, castle. Choose, I don't know, anyone you want, team, whatever, which one you want. But I'm going to choose base plate because it's going to be easier to explain this to you. But choose any one you want, basically. So I'm going to choose base plate, or basically you can choose flat terrain as well, but I'm going to choose base plate. Click on base plate, and basic settings, you can set the name. I'm going to name it Roblox tutorial. You can choose a description, you can set a genre, like it can be adventure. I'm going to just press all, it doesn't really matter. And playable devices, computer, you can delete phone, tablet if your game doesn't allow phone and tablet. You can also have the maximum player count, set that. Set all these things and read them if you want. Advanced settings as well. All these things, just read them, learn them. Once you've completed all you want to do, simply press create game. It creates your game. You've basically created a game, but it's not a completed game, if you get what I mean. Because if you just go on it, you'll just have a plain base plate with nothing to do. You're just going to run around, no scripting, no interactivity. You're just going to run around a plain base plate. It's a game, but it's not a good game. So I'm going to tell you how to make a game, and how to make a good game. Not a game, a good game. So we've already created a game. Now we need to make the game better. So what you're going to want to do is click on edit, and here it will say install. Click on download Roblox Studio, and it will give you further instructions, and then it will send you to the place that you are in. So this may look really overwhelming, but I assure you it isn't once you've watched this video. So let me go through everything. From this menu to this, to this, to this. And a bit of scripting as well. So you can learn like basic things. So here's a part. So you want to make it so there's 4 things you can do to a part. You can select it, you can move it, you can scale it, and you can rotate it. Selecting it, you can select it if you want to group it or like all those type of things. It's not really made for moving it around the place like this. That's made for the move tool. I wouldn't recommend using the select tool for moving. I'd recommend using it for other things. The move tool is used to move it around simply just with each arrow and move it around. And this one's a lot better, the move tool. The scale tool makes it bigger in any direction. And yeah, if you want to make an object bigger, a part bigger. So that's how you insert a part. By clicking that, it can be a wedge, whatever you want, cylinder, sphere. Choose. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. You can also rotate it, so it's like that. So those are the 4 things you can do to objects, to parts basically. So you're wondering, how do you want to make the part look different? How do you want to make the part like look different, or do things, or those things? Because you can't just have this boring looking part. You want it to have effects. You want it to have different things. If you're making an obby, for example, and you want to make a guess, like one blue one yellow one green one, you don't know how to do that. So let me show you how to do that. So if you see this Explorer tab here, you see all these things. Ignore every other thing except this workspace. This workspace is the thing that we're going to be looking in, and ignore the camera and terrain, ignore base plate. Well, we might look into base plate, but let's look at this part that we've created. So it's got a weld. That's completely advanced. But the part has got properties. Properties are things that you can change with the part. You can change while scripting or before the game starts. You can do what you want. So the brick, so you can change its appearance, its data, its behavior, and its the part itself. So we're going to change its appearance because we want to make it look cool. If you want, you can either change its brick. If you want to change its color, you can change its brick color, or if you want a very specific color, you can change this. Brick color, you can click on any of these. More colors, that's the normal color. So the normal color you can change it like this. Yeah, it has the red, green, blue RGB. If you don't know about that, that's fine. Not going to look into that. So we've changed the color of the brick. You want to change the material, you can change it from plastic to, say, marble. I don't know, change it to whatever you want. See how it's changed? It's changed to a marble color. That looks okay, nice texture. If you want to make a floor or something like that, or you want to make grass, you can change it to grass. There's a grass here. Yeah, so you can change the material. The reflectance is cool. Oh, I didn't mean to change it to diamond plate. I prefer marble. You can change its reflectance. So if you want to make a glass window, you can change its reflectance from 0 to 1, or you can change it to 0.5, so it reflects, so you can see behind. Like if you're looking at a building, a tall building with reflective windows, you'll see the other building behind, in front of it. And transparency is self-explanatory. It makes it transparent like this. I might set it to 0.3 transparency. So this is our block right here. Its appearance has changed, but we want to change its data. This is very helpful for scripting. If you want to change its data, very helpful for scripting. Data is the one that's very helpful for scripting. So you can change the name of it. So if you're scripting and you want to refer to this part, you won't get confused if there's parts with the same name. you won't get confused. If you're referring to the part, you know what you're going to call it. So this part will be called, I don't know, let's call it nice part. Just for reference. So this nice part, it can be used when you're scripting and you want to refer to it. And you can also change its parent. So parent is a bit advanced as well. It's not going to be. So there are so many things that are advanced in this tutorial that I won't really be going over. So yeah, so these things, the name is self-explanatory. The name up here, so of the part. So all these things are quite advanced for you now, but later, like when I do more tutorials, I might cover all these, but you won't understand what I'm talking about if I talk about these. So the behavior. Now there are so many things for behavior. So anchored is the first one. So it's anchored is set to false. So let me show you what I mean by that. If I put it high and I run this, so this is how you run. I'll go over it more later, but this is how you run to test things. So it's not anchored, it drops. See that? It just dropped down. So that's what happens if you don't anchor it. But if I anchor it, let's go down all the way. If I tick this anchor box here, that's basically setting the anchor to true. That might be difficult to understand, but I'll tell you. Maybe in this video, I'm not sure, but this is. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to press that. Not to play. I meant to run it, and it stays in the air. It doesn't go down. It didn't go down like before because the anchored is set to true. So that's the anchored. What the anchored does. The can collide is if the player can touch it or not. Let me show you what I mean by that. So it's set to true at the moment. So if I play, I've got to play to test this. If I play and I run over to this block over here, I won't be able to run past it, right? And then I set it to false, which is unticking it. And if I try to run into it, I'll just run straight through it. See, so if I turn around, where is it? Okay, it's over there. So I've set it to false, right? If I try to run through it, I run through it, and yeah, I'm inside it. You can go inside it, you can do what you want. You can run through it, basically. So that's can collide, if you can collide with it, if you can collide with the object. The locked, the collision, those are quite advanced as well. And you can also change the shape again. So this is where, like earlier, go on to this, and then you change the shape to sphere. You can also do it here, and all the other things around it. Size, I might go over the size. You can make it bigger, like if you change that to 12, the object, did you see it? Let me make it more clear. Let me go and make it, so there's x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. You might learn that in maths. So the y-axis is up there, the x-axis goes there, and the z-axis is there at the moment. So if the z-axis is 39, if I make it say 60, the object gets bigger, wider that way to the z-axis, which is that way. If I change the x-axis to 18, see, it got wider a bit. And if I change it on the y-axis, it will get taller. So it will be, just set it to 30. Bang, it's taller. So that's how you, if you want, that is better for scripting. You don't really have to do it like that. You can just scale it like we did earlier. But it's better for scripting. If you touch something, it gets bigger. So that's all about properties for an object. So now what we want to learn how to do at the moment is all around these things, or all around here. So get this. This is quite... I'll talk about this later. It's very helpful, this output bit, but I'll talk about it later. So let me get off this. So let's move on to the toolbox. You might, once you make your first Roblox game, everybody likes to go onto the toolbox and insert objects into the game. That's fine, that's fine. But you never know what those objects have inside of them. They could have a virus, they could have something very dangerous, they could hack your account. You never know. So what I'm going to show you how to do is to pick out if there are any viruses in what you're searching for, because you probably know how to use, not fully how to use the toolbox actually. I might give you some more things, because if you search up, say, car, and you look into the cars, you insert a car, and this is probably what everybody would do, and you can see my game gets very laggy once I insert the car. So let's see if you see any random things in it, like motors. I don't know what that is. Like, you never know what's inside. I'll show you how to pick that out simply. So say somebody created a part. Let me give you a great example of this. So somebody makes an obby and they insert a free model that teleports them, because free models are created by real Roblox accounts, real people. If you insert one of them, it has and you know when you join an obby and then it teleports you to another obby. That's what I'm going to talk. That's what I mean by that. So those accounts want people to play their game. So they add a script into the free model that says once the player joins, they join into their own game, so that they get players into their own game. Yeah, that's basically what I mean. So you have to. I'll show you later in the video how to look out for that, because that's quite advanced, to be honest. So let's go through this toolbox. So you have models, images, meshes, audio, video, plugins. So there's 6 things. So there's 4 things up here. Let's go over these. So models. So these are models that you can insert into your game, and yeah, they're just in your game that you can. They have different things in them. There are millions of them in Roblox. The inventory has my models, my images, so the ones that you have in your inventory. So say you went onto the Roblox website and you bought one, or you got one for free. So these are the things that I've got for free in all my time. So yeah, this is the first one that I've got, and then these things. So I've got these from Google, and then they're in my inventory. So once I go on here, I can quickly insert them in. Same with images, meshes, audios, all these things. I'll go over those other things as well. Recent models, these are the ones you've recently used. Recent images, recent videos. And then creations, so you can create models. So yeah, those are the 4 things. I don't know how to, me myself, I don't know how to create models and upload it, but I don't want to do it myself, because I don't feel like I don't want to sell anything on my game. I just want to keep it for myself. Secretly, I know how to make the game, so I don't want to know how to do that. So, images. What are images? So you go onto images and you search up car again. Now, images are different from models. Don't think that just because you clicked on an image, it won't just randomly appear like a model. No, images are completely different. Let me show you how to use them. So you search up images, go here, and see, look at the image going up there. That's how you insert an image. But I'm not going to. And then it's quite complicated, but I'll delete it from there. So see, it just appeared inside the nice part. Once you click on the arrow, it appears there, and then you delete it and it's gone. So those are images. That's how you insert an image. And yeah, that's how you insert an image. Meshes. So let's go here. They have different things. I don't know what the difference between meshes. I've never used meshes before. I'm not sure what meshes are actually. You can find that out for yourself. Audio. This is if you want to add a song or something. Once it say if you add a song to your game, or you want to add a script if something's touched, a song plays. You insert it, and yeah, it just plays. You can set it so these are the properties of it. So you can set it so it's looped. Yeah, so if it plays once, it plays again and again and again, and if it's playing, and yeah, and then this is the ID that you can get if you want to insert one into the game. That's the ID you get. Now let's go on to videos. So these are videos that you add. So I haven't never used videos before. I'm not sure how you can add them, but you can work that out for yourself again. So these are the things. I don't know it, but you can work it out for yourself. Plugins. Yeah, plugins, I'll go over them later. And that's all about the toolbox. So now we've gone over properties in the toolbox and the explorer. What we want to go and do next is scripting. So I'm going to go over the very basic parts of scripting. I'm going to go over the littlest, like the ones that you will easily understand, and then you can go on to be creative with them and stuff. So say you want to change the property of an object, yeah, when the game starts. So I am going to show you about variables. Variables are probably the simplest things to explain, so I'll go over them. So you see script, just delete, it always comes up with print hello world, just delete that. Now, let me start off with variables. So variables are like, they're values that are set. So say, yeah, they're values basically that are set with a number, and you can use them over and over and over again. So say you made a variable called my variable. Let me do that. Is equal to. Now there are 3 values that you can use for a variable. There is a number value, so my value is equal to 1. There's a string value, my value is equal to variables equal to value, and there are also Boolean values. So true, remember what I explained earlier, so if you wanted to set something transparent as true or false, that's a Boolean value, or false. So a number value, say 1, is my variables equal to 1, so it's setting the variables is equal to 1. So yeah, that is pretty simple, isn't it? So my variables equal to 1, and let's test it. So there's this print function, which is very helpful if you want to see out errors or things like that, and you want to see if you want to test if your code works, things like that. So let's say print it works. So basically, remember when I showed you about this, where is it? Here. This thing. This is where it shows up, it works. You'll see once I run the code. So if you go all the way up, it works. It printed it works. So nice part.script, it's, yeah, that's how it says it works. So it print it works. That's how the print variable works. Say if you wanted to print my variable, then, so say if I wanted to print my variable, it won't print my variable. I'll tell you that it won't print my variable. It will print 1, and I'll show you that here. So 1, it printed 1 there. See? So it printed 1. Now I'll tell you why. If you wanted to print words, you have to use a string value. So print my variable, it prints 1, right? If I set it to 10, it will print 10. So it prints whatever the value is of the variable. So the variable's already set, and it will print the value of the variable. If you wanted it to print my variable, you have to add indents around my variable, and then it's set as a string value. That's the string value that we saw earlier. That's if you want to print my variable. So see, it prints my variable there. So if you want it to print something else, like it works, that's the string value that we were talking about, and then we print my variable. This is also going to print it works. See, it works. See, so if you want to print a variable, it prints the value of the variable. So if I printed, so it won't print my variable, it won't print my variable, it will print the value of my variable. If you want it to print my variable, all you have to do is add indentations around my variable. It's quite advanced. I won't use advanced language yet, but that will be in later videos. So it says print my variable, and that's it. So that's simple, very, very basic variables. Now we're going to move on to changing properties, editing properties of objects. This gets a bit more complicated, but if you focus on this video a lot, you will understand what we're going to go on about. And that's probably as far as we're going to go on to this video. We're going to explain plugins and other things that I was going to explain later in the video. So, if you want to refer to this nice part, this is the code. I'm not going to say anything yet. So we're making a variable here. So remember what we learnt about variables. So, or like, what is script.parent? What is script.parent? So, script is the script. So, basically, parent, let me talk about what this is. So, it's a local. Local is, it's just used for script if you're making a variable. It will error out if you don't use this local thing here. And nice part is the variable that we're using. It doesn't have to be called nice part. It can be called dog. It can be called hello. It can be called anything. It doesn't have to be called nice part. But it's recommended that you call it nice part because you can refer to it later if you want to use the variable. So script. Now we've cleared up this half of it. Now we're going to the other part. Half of the equal sign. So script is the script. So script is this, basically. Script is this. So script is this thing over here. It's like the child of nice part. So parent is the parent of it. So say you dragged it inside baseplate. Baseplate will now be its parent. If you dragged it into players will now be its parent. if you dragged it into workspace, workspace will now be its parent. So you see what I'm trying to do here. So it's like the child of the object that's it's inside. So nice part is script.parent. So nice part is this. So referring to this, basically. So there's another way. There are two ways to refer to nice part here. Game. So game is the game. So all this, all the explorer dot workspace. So workspace is this. That's how you refer to the workspace. Dot nice part. So game is the game that we're on. Workspace is this. So it's the workspace that we're using, and nice part is this. So that's how you refer to nice part. So that's how we're making variables with properties. So now we're going to go on to properties of objects. So say we made nice part script.parent. So we've already covered this. Script.parent is the script and the parent is nice part. So we wanted to change the color of nice part once you enter the game. So nice part, this is how you get properties in any object. Nice part dot, and then you see anchored. See anchored there? So anchored, you can do, let's say the color. No, actually not color, that might be a bit difficult. So let's say the can collide. So we know what can collide is already. So it's this thing. So it's ticked. So that means it's true at the moment. We change it to false. So let me show you what happens when we run. So let's go on to the nice part. Go scroll down. See, it's unchecked there. See, look at how it's unchecked. So it unchecked because in the script we said that it will turn to, so you can't touch it. So we know what happens if it's false. It means you can't touch it. So we've tested that already. So true or false. So say this is false when it's not ticked. True is when it's ticked. So anchored can be set to false or true. So so that's the very basic of scripting. We will cover more in later tutorials, but I'd recommend you watch this tutorial first so you understand the basis of Roblox. So there's one last thing that I feel like really help you if you're making a game, and they are called plugins. Now I said I would go on to these later in the video. Don't click off this video because plugins are so important, really important. They really help you with your game. So I have so many plugins. So let's see, the plugins that the Roblox player will automatically get are the avatar, these four, rig builder, localization. Those 5 are the ones that you automatically get. So rig builders, where you want to build a rig and all these things. So let's go on to all the ones that I have. So the load character loads a character. Let's go to my name, my username. Remember your username that you set earlier, you can use that. So this is me, spawn R15. So this is how helpful plugins are. If you want to make a shop, or if you want to showcase yourself that you're the one that created the game, this is how you do it. So this is me. It's basically a duplication of myself, and yeah, so this is me. So I'm just standing there, and that's one of my plugins that I use if I'm trying to make say if I made a game and you wanted to make credits in the corner of your game saying who was the owner, who made it. So there are a few others, like the roads is if you want to make a road, and it's a lot easier than making a road from scratch, and it doesn't have any dangerous viruses. I've watched videos of it, so I've learnt how to use it. You should watch how to make my realistic city video so you learn how to use this, because I use this in how to make my realistic city video. Tree generator, it generates trees. Yeah, simple as that. And it adds folders. See how what it did to the game there? It just tweaks the game, adds things to it automatically, scripts in it, and it's a lot better than free models. And yeah, these are the ones that I have. Brush tool is also very helpful. Click to start, activate brush. There. So it brushes trees. And see how it added trees, so many trees there. Yeah, that's what it does. And so building tools let's allow it, and waterfall generator. So this is how you make a waterfall. So Control Z. So this is how you want to make a waterfall, basically. Yep. So that is most likely it for today's video. Tell me anything that I've missed out, and tell me anything that you want to learn and you want to do in the comments. If you're curious about things, just tell me in the comments. I'll read your comments, and I will maybe mix your comments up, make a video all about all your comments. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video, which will most likely be another tutorial or commentary. Thank you for watching, maybe a gameplay as well on the jailbreak update that's coming. I'm excited for it.